We got a murder talk one-on-one. You know what it is. It's Fox, the biggest Fox, the first Fox. You know what I mean? I see a lot of the Fox shit popping up here. Well, that's cool. But y'all know what's going on. The biggest and the first. And I see everybody congratulate on that Fox shit. It's the year of the Fox. You don't know nothing about that. You better get on it. But it's a murder talk one-on-one, but a year of the Fox. We're gonna talk about trauma today. Like, it's gonna be it might get a little long. Trauma from last year. Cause everybody got they resonated situation from their trauma. You know what I mean? From last year with dealing with people. But see, last year's trauma came from trauma before trauma. You know what I mean? Everybody wanna blame people for their trauma last year. You know what I mean? Did you look at yourself? With shit? Did you? You know what I mean? Honestly, did you understand like the pain you caused in this person? Trauma come from people don't understand your tactic trauma. I got a brother, two brothers, didn't make it to my daddy's funeral. That's trauma. You know what I mean? Dealing with certain shit and certain people. You know what I mean? Like, I got girls and women in my life that I know that went through certain early shit at early age and they still stuck with them. Like, they never knew, like, when they be talking to me about certain shit, motherfucker never knew, like, talking is healing, getting it out. Because some people don't know what to talk about shit. Motherfuckers sit there and hold that shit in. Like, I'm a motherfucker that went through trauma too as a kid. Shit happened to me. Shit happened to everybody growing up. But you go and talk to the people who caused you that trauma, like face your trauma, like facing trauma. That's how you deal with it. That's how you heal yourself. You know what I mean? Whatever it was, getting goddamn abandoned, one of your parents or grandparents died early, molestation, early trauma that you never dealt with. No. This trauma that you never dealt with. Y'all see me smoke a smaller blunt, like joints and shit, cause I'm on this little thing. I'll talk about it in another video about not overindulge no more. But them traumas start coming out like in your 20s and 30s and shit, like your mid 20s and your 30s. You get older, your brain start tapping into a memory base that, you know, sometimes can be detrimental if the right person don't get a hold to it. Like, dealing with that type of shit, people exercise, people meditate, but the people that don't never deal with it correctly, they have all this type of anger and rage and all type of shit towards people. You know what I mean? Like, they grow this envious personnel towards people, like the people they care about. You know what I mean? The people that's close to them, they are hurt. They'll go find friends and shit to lean on before the people that they really love, they connect with. Trauma can roll a person. Like, trauma can make a narcissistic person from abandonment issues and or shit like that. That's where sometimes a narcissistic person comes from trauma, from too much abandonment. So they have to always be the person that take and blame people because they always had to be the blame for something, you know what I mean? Or always got abandoned and then put on a blame. So they have to create this shell around everything to where everything they had to say is they don't pay attention that they're pointing at you, but they really point at themselves. Like they'll say something to you in a narcissistic all the ways. And like they say, when you point one finger, four fingers pointing back at you. You know, trauma. My traumas I dealt with through, I did 17 months of Clark County jail. Like during that period of time, anybody that did time, you know me. You know what I mean? No type of dig I am. So I choose the higher road anytime, like, cause I came from violence and shit. So me being violent, that shit don't arouse me until I really need to get into action. Like that shit don't arouse me, bro. Like I've been a nigga that caught bodies and all type of shit, and I'm the nigga meditating and sitting in my room doing my time and trying to learn myself after a certain type of period of time in my life where I keep doing the wrong thing. Like you might see me hustling and doing shit, but that's just to keep, you know what I mean, keep functioning. But me as a person, my traumas I dealt with, I was in jail 17 months. I spent like 9-10 months in a room alone during them 17 months. Like, I learned myself. Cause I learned how to, you know what I mean, redeem myself. Like I watched the dude was talking about rebuilding yourself. Like, when you rebuild yourself, you have to reinvent yourself every time into a better person. So, like, right now, this is another reinventing of myself. You see me, I'm growing my hair out, looking nappy, looking crazy. But people know me for being clean. No, this is me in a reenacting stage and dropping jewels for certain shit. Because I might go through it. And I'm the type of person that I'm going to take myself through it. You know what I mean? So, when I definitely go through it, I got something to teach. Because the lessons be taught, like, shit, like, I don't want nobody to go through the shit I done go through. So if I try to teach something, and certain people, you gotta let hit their head. Like, I got certain motherfuckers that done tried to, you know, do shit to me in the past. I had motherfucker, fuck out this on murder talk. They get real busy. This on murder talk. I had a motherfucker try to kill me. Like, I'ma always be real with my views and shit. I had a motherfucker try to kill me. Real envious situation. Like, I took care of this nigga. I let him sleep on my floor. You know what I mean? He had stomach ulcers. Me and him be every day, close, tight, every day. You know what I mean? We sit around each other every day. Somebody snout, drinking, kicking the bobo, whatever the fuck we was doing. That's what the fuck was going on. Like, me and this nigga every day. So during, you know, these times and shit, and a nigga that be too close to you when you a genuine person, I seen it turned into an envious thing. So this nigga tried to get me set up. Like, honestly, I'm sniffing shit. I had a call around somebody that had a cold, but I know how to get rid of it. But motherfucker, like, tried to set me up, and I like, nigga tried to gun me down. I survived through that situation. My boy, I had just started kicking it with my boy, like my guy, my brother, my boy Solo, you know, came, got there, popped up like in the nick of a time, like right when the nigga was finna walk up on my doorstep, like, and he rolled right by the nigga, you know what I mean? But this trauma come from paranoia of, damn, boy, my partner, I was fucking with this nigga. This nigga mama was on her deathbed, my guy. Like, and she told me to watch out for it. So it's a lot of things you have to learn. Like, certain people you can't kill. Like, even though I was supposed to, I didn't. Like, honestly, I fucked two of baby mamas. Like, certain things I take a different road with, but that stuck with me as a trauma point, because that shit lasted forever. Like the beef that I was in lasted for like 5 years till the nigga, he, passed away. Not nothing of my doing. Wanted to be, I ain't even gonna cap to your murder talk. Like I was trying to do something to that baby. And, you know what I mean? But it's like the person that identified where my living was, that's where the trauma come from. Trauma didn't come from shooting, you get PTSD, you live that life. But the trauma came from that the hurt. You know what I mean? I love this nigga. It's my dog. It's my brother. Like, I mean, that was hurtful shit. Like, you can't even fathom like a nigga you with every day. Y'all nigga in the hood every day. Y'all kicking shit. You know what I mean? He envious you. You know what I mean? He got his own baby mamas, his own bitches. You know what I mean? You not thinking about like, damn. But you jealous of me? Why would you put like what I got that you ain't got? But you out here fucking out there like I'm fucking out too, like, but my life is like, it was different. But that's the trauma, like the trading part, like nigga really tried to set me up on some envy shit. Like I never trusted the same. Like, and I be want to do something, and still trauma of what last year, yeah, we had this trauma, yeah, so another trauma, another partner of mine. We get into it. But these friends, like this trauma, this is what you mean by like why I be so to myself trauma. The trauma I have trust issues. I have PTSD issues. Like I'm shell shock. I won't even let you get too close without up in the pound you. This is real life. I ain't finna let nobody get too close to me. I be watching the mirrors of the car so bad, but you'll think, but I ain't going for nothing. Like I'm so paranoid. I change directions and locations so much. It be like my trauma because I know what a nigga will do. I know what bitches will do on some slime ball shit. Like trust, like that trauma of just not knowing. You know what I mean? You can go through something so bad, like the PTSD part of the trauma is like anything can click. You know what I mean? I ain't scared. I'm just, you know what I mean, jumping. Like I done nodded off my sleep and jumped up. Like it's like awesome shit. Like you, like people have different trauma. Like I know a girl, like her trauma to me, like she a beautiful person, but she'll wear baggy clothes, so you can't see her figure because she's insecure about some shit because what done happened to her. You know what I mean? Like the situation is like it's unfulfilling to her. It's like she'll let a male in, but it's like to a certain extent that how far she'll let that male in. You know what I mean? Like you never know. Like people what they go through and certain shit, right? Like my daddy died, like as a male figure in my life, but I don't look up to now, nigga. What? Look up the hood? Like, but I don't need nah, dog. Like my daddy died. It made everything, every person, male around me, like if you especially want that type of guy, like traumatized me to the point of like, I don't look up to nothing. Like people got different traumas. You don't know what that type of trauma is to certain people. Shit, like I know motherfuckers with girls that drink every day, trying to bury certain shit in their mind because they traumatized from certain shit. Like that girl drink every day, man. You need to hold her hand and look at her and tell her it's gonna be alright. Like that. Hold that girl hand, look in her face, tell her it's gonna be alright. Like healing from them traumas. Like you have to. Right now we're finna go into the healing part about these traumas. This shit, you have to literally take yourself into a quiet moment of meditation, away from people and away from shit. Even just for a while when I first got it. I ain't had these headphones. I just got me some headphones. I'm tripping trying to meditate, but you have to really block everything out. Self-healing it needs you to focus from trauma and shit that happened in your life. I believe so. Like going back to that time when I did that time, like certain people do good in close vicinity, so you ain't gotta go to jail to focus yourself. Like you might just need to be alone. You might need to go get a hotel and put your earphones in, bro, for a week straight. Like you need to be a week, man. Everybody, even if you got a bitch, like just make sure she know where you at. Make sure you know she know where you at. Go get that room and relax. Like manualize yourself, to emasculate yourself. Know what I mean? As a man, you like during trauma time, you have to emasculate, go work out, like sing, like especially a single man. This is important. Know what I mean? You keep a steady pace of, know what I mean, women, a good energy, know what I mean, making sure the shit good is reciprocated, know what I mean. But then you also just layer it down to look one, know what I mean. This shit, especially you old, like you find somebody to heal with, know what I mean. But when you healing alone, you heal alone too. Like it's the perfect part of yourself when you in that hotel room or wherever you at, or you in your own spot, like dead ass, you know, your own spot. So you make sure your space is neatly for you. You get up every day, court yourself. Even if you don't get up every day, clean yourself up. But the days you do, you court yourself accordingly. Shower, you work out, meditate, eat good, stay in good energy. Watch, you know what I mean? So that interest your mind and mess with your intellect, you know what I mean? Creativity, stay, emasculate yourself, you know what I mean? Your masculine energy as a man. Trauma comes, and like when you feel the anxiety from the trauma coming, like you have to, know what I mean, take what you used to do, don't do that no more. Cause the brain is accustomed to, know what I mean, like not changing. Know what I mean, you'll be stuck doing certain shit if you don't change the way your pace is. Like go back to making a pace to me, like a schedule for yourself a day. Take it slow. You ain't gotta rush everything by barge yourself with planning and doing, know what I mean, certain shit. Know what I mean, you got time and just there like me, like you know what I mean, you relax yourself, you let your hair grow out, you just don't lose you find you, know what I mean, you find you. And I could talk about this shit because I done did it before. But right now, this is just a time for me. You know, you go through shit with people. I went through a lot of shit last year with people who souls, soul ties with people, bad friendship, bad business. Gotta get it out. That trauma from last year was a lot, but I felt like I need to do what I'm saying. That's how I know. I gotta talk about it because I did it in 17 months. Like, it was the best 17 months of healing in my life because I found out who I was. I found out I had good energy. I found out I ain't have to be out here killing like and moving how I was. Like, people don't, man, I ain't gotta say too much. But you know me, you know. Like, understandably, certain shit be different. Like, you have to take your time with your healing stage too. Don't be letting people just try to rush up on you. Let people in. Let them come see you. You know what I mean? But you control it because they come into your space. You know what I mean? You ain't got to let them come no more. You ain't got to let them see you no more. It's a lot you just don't have to deal with. So, make sure, you know what I mean, we're doing that healing part. Even after you make sure, you know what I mean, you tidy it up, have all your dotted I's, cross your T's. As women, If I cry, I get up out of here. Y'all tap into your feminine energy. You know what I mean? Like, don't be out like keep trying to be hard, shout like you done hurt 10 niggas, baby, about you being goddamn that you don't know, you trying to act like this nigga. But see, with women, y'all be traumatized off what y'all used to. Like I said, the mind, terrible thing, you don't want to change. You gotta change that. Like, this man ain't that man. You know what I mean? So every day you keep waking up, you doing the same thing that you were doing with the next nigga. You know what I mean? You acting like this nigga, that nigga. You know what I mean? He ain't even doing that. He really trying to fuck with you. Don't turn that man into the other man. Cause your trauma. Like, y'all be living in old actions. Men too with this trauma of the old bitch done hurt them, so the trust level ain't nothing. And ladies, you gotta understand with a man, like, you can't be gaslighting and doing shit. Yeah, I ain't married to this man. And you fuck with him, you love him, you gotta be the best. And this is on a whole nother episode. This is just going from the healing part. Like, y'all can't do that. Trauma from the other man type of situation, you don't fold over on that and don't the next man. He might be a good man. You're not married. Don't attack that man. Trauma from you being like, y'all, the molested part of some women, the sexual urges and how y'all move with it, it'll throw a man out. So you gotta, y'all gotta do differently. Maybe find yourself for y'all start trying to jump in relationship, cause that's traumatizing still. You ain't healed from nothing. You know what I mean? You ain't healed from nothing. You know what I mean? You don't open a whole nother can of worms and you just living. Everybody's out here living. You know what I mean? So it's old murder talk 1-on-1, man. Trauma and healing from trauma, man. It's Fox, man. It's the year of the Fox.